All right, so Boyle's law relates pressure and volume. How you know that you have to apply Boyle's law is because the problem will only tell you information about pressure and volume, and it will tell you that the temperature is constant. So first thing, I have to write the formula. P1 V1 is equal to P2 V2. Next, I have to identify the variables. They will be in pressure and volume. The ones represent initial and two is the final. So this side is my initial side, this side is my final side. So in the problem, the pressure on a, let me write the variables first. P1 E1, P2 V2. Alright, the pressure on a 300 milliliter sample of oxygen gas, this is a volume. I'm going to assume this is initial, but let me keep reading. At a constant temperature, boom, that means we don't have to use temperature here because it is constant, is increased from, so I know that this is my initial pressure, so 0.743 atm, wow, I wrote that in volume, to 2.13 atm. This is the final pressure. Alright, and I'm going to assume that this is my initial volume because it's asking for the new volume, so the final volume. So initial volume is 300 milliliters, and my final volume is a question mark. That is what I'm solving for. So I'm going to plug in the known variables. So P1 is 0.743 times V1, which is 300, is equal to P2, which is 2.13, times V2, which is an unknown, so I'm just going to leave it as V2. And then I just have to multiply. So 0.743 times 300 is equal to 2.9, 2.13 V2. I'm going to divide both sides by 2.13 so I can get V2 by itself. Divided by 2.13, and that is 104.6 approximately is equal to V2. And because we're talking about volumes and my unit is in milliliters, I can assume that this unit is also in milliliters. And that is my final answer. Some things that you want to be aware of is you want to make sure that your units always match on both sides. So the units on this side have to be equal to the units on this side. So on this side I have atmospheres, on this side I had atmospheres, that was good. This side I have milliliters, and this side my answer is in milliliters.